I'll read you a section.
Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for coming. It is a great day and happy Halloween. Well, guess what? I am going full time with music and videos. We're going all out. I'm now offering ghost production services. 1v1 lessons will now be every day from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night. And much, much more. Courses from me coming soon. Full courses based on genre. Sick. So first, I want to show you guys a sick vocal trick. I know a lot of you guys want to get into AI, making cool vocals, making deep, dark vocals, and honestly, post-processing these things is not always the easiest. So I'm going to show you guys what's good. Check a little sample.
In the shadowy corners of existence, where light fears to tread, there lies a force, dark and immense, a power that makes the brave dead. Echoes of violence, ripples of dread, fierce symphony, a chilling dance, where monsters of the soul are bred. In this realm, there's no second chance. Heartbeats sink to a twisted song, darkness feasts, and we're the prey. Where did we go so terribly wrong? Can we survive the nights of day?
Okay, all right, that's it. That's all we're listening to right now. That's a new song coming soon. There's a couple different layers here. The first thing that you need to know is how to get the source material, right? Let me show you what the source material sounds like. Sounds like this.
In the shadowy corners of existence.
Then we turn that into this.
In the shadowy corners of existence.
The source material has a really cool accent. It's very clean. It's almost like from a video game.
In the shadowy corners of existence, where light fears to tread.
Cool. So where do we get vocals like this? We use AI. Now there's a couple different text-to-speech AI models that you can use, but one of the coolest ones I'm using is this one, Replica Studios. Now with Replica, they use it in video games and stuff, so it's really, really clean. This whole script, I didn't write it myself. We used AI to make it. So if you go into ChatGPT and you ask it, you can just ask it like, can you please create an epic script for a dubstep intro talking about fear, darkness, violence. This needs to be in the length of 32 bars for a 150 BPM song. And then it's made the script. It even did in bars like this. This is really cool. This is the first result. Then I just said, perfect. Can you make it so I can copy and paste it? Then I made it like this. So then I went ahead and copy and pasted it into Replica Studios. In Replica, if you just, type it in, you can hit play.
Where light fears to tread, there lies a force, dark and immense.
Well, then you get your file, save it, and then as soon as you get the wave, you can just literally drag it in Ableton real quick like this. And then boom, you got some vocals ready to go.
In the shadowy corners of existence.
Nice. So that's the source material. That's the first thing you need to do is get the actual vocal and figure out what he's going to say. It has to say something cool related to your song. It needs to be a theme. We're making art. You want it to be unique and different. These vocals will help set the tone. There's one main vocal and then two supporting vocals. The supporting ones are the vocal, but they're panned all the way to the left and all the way to the right. These are just supporting the left side
In the shadowy corners of existence.
and the right side. And they're turned down as well, -9. These will have processing as well, but very minimal, and we'll get to that soon. First, we want to get to the main processing. So the vocals.
In the shadowy corners of existence.
First trick and rule that you need to know is vocals must be mono. So we have to make sure that this source material is mono. And if it's not, then we'll use the utility to make it mono like this or with mono button. But if you check here,
In the shadowy corners of existence.
that's in the middle, we're good to go. That vocal is mono. So then we add a de-esser. This is just helping the S's. Some of the words he says, the S comes out too much, it's too harsh. This is common in vocal processing. So get this free de-esser. You can go ahead and fix the S's that way. I'm just using a preset here, warm male vocals, and it helps the S's.
It makes the brave dead.
And then we have little altar boy. This is heaven send. This is going to pitch the vocals down. -4, formants, -5. This is going to get it deep and dark.
It makes the brave dead. Echoes of violence.
This is huge.
Echoes of violence.
You can go even lower.
Echoes of violence.
The formants help it a lot too.
Echoes of violence. Echoes of violence.
You can mess with the formants. And get your own little.
Echoes of violence. Echoes of violence.
Get your own little perfect pitch. It's really fun. After you get it pitched down,
Echoes of violence.
we're going to turn it up using the multi-band dynamics. This is just the regular.
Echoes of violence.
3 decibels up, 35%.
Echoes of violence. Echoes of violence.
Now, this is at -3.7. We're turning it down because we're getting it loud like this.
Echoes of violence.
And we're also going to use parallel processing to make it loud as well. So this rack and this rack will both increase the volume. This rack first is the reverb. It's really important that when we add reverb to the vocal, we don't just drown it in reverb. We need there to be a dry signal to be playing with the wet reverb signal so that it sounds clean but still has the effect. The way we do that, parallel processing, we have the reverb signal here
Echoes of violence.
and the dry signal here.
Echoes of violence. Echoes of violence. Echoes of violence.
Then you put them together. This is before,
Echoes of violence.
after.
Echoes of violence. Echoes of violence.
So this is helping a lot. Lots of reverb, 58%. Using convolution at 635 milliseconds decay. Convolution IR is set here. Then we add delay. So reverb, then some delay. Same thing, parallel processing. This one has nothing on it, but this one has delay. Make new change, just duplicate. You can get new change. You can delete what's on it like that. And you have a dry chain. So one dry, one wet. This has the delay on it.
Echoes of violence.
And this is the dry.
Echoes of violence.
And if you see, I turned these down right away because I knew it was going to get really loud since we're just multiplying signals at this point.
Echoes of violence. Ripples of dread.
So this is making it really loud and adding the effects at the same time while keeping it clean, most importantly.
Echoes of violence.
Then we use the EQ to just clean up some frequencies, remove the lows, and then we take a little dip right here.
Echoes of violence. Ripples of dread.
We really don't want too much of these low, muddy frequencies to be building up, so throughout the signal flow, you'll see us fixing this area. 100 to 400 hertz is the mud. And then you can allow some of the lows to come through. We can also cut and turn down a lot of it too to clean it up. That's the main vocal processing.
Echoes of violence.
You would duplicate that, just turn off the effects. We don't need to have all three of the effects layered on top of each other. That'll just be too much reverb, too much delay. So make sure we only have the reverb and the delay on the main vocal, and on the supporting panned vocals, the regular.
Echoes of violence.
But we do have the pitching down and the de-essing. We also have the EQ to clean it up.
Echoes of violence.
Like I said, we don't want a lot of these frequencies building up, so we have more dramatic dips in these areas.
Echoes of violence.
Dip at 74, dip at 174. Same thing with the right, same exact processing. Then all three sound like this.
In the shadowy corners of existence, where light fears to tread.
On the group, so you want to group all these up, right?
In the shadowy.
When you group them all up, you add another de-esser. You add an EQ8. We're doing the same thing here. We're turning down the lows, turning down the mud, and now this time we're turning down some highs.
In the shadowy corners of existence.
This is basically fitting it into the mix.
In the shadowy corners.
We don't want to let too many frequencies play, especially with how loud we're getting.
In the shadowy corners of existence.
And we add more compression to get it loud. This is multi-band dynamics, very clean.
In the shadowy corners of existence.
We pump this 8 decibels, so we're making it pretty loud right here.
In the shadowy corners of.
Since we're making it loud, we want to clean it up again. Same technique. Turn down lows, turn down mids, but this time we'll turn up the highs a little.
In the shadowy corners of existence, where light fears to tread.
This EQ would be to taste, right?
In the shadowy corners of existence.
We can even bring it up here, let more of the lows play. That's just fine.
In the shadowy corner.
It all depends on what's playing in the full mix. If it's interfering or competing with other low frequencies, that's when we would have to adjust this and turn it down. Otherwise, let's keep it up. Utility, just in case, we need to turn down the gain, and then we'll use the LUF meter to measure
In the
that.
shadowy corners of existence, where light fears to tread.
I always want to be in single digits, basically. And I don't want to be louder than the mix. I want to be just right, so I'll be measuring this throughout. And then I'll be fitting the vocals in the mix with this volume automation. So the song gets loud right here, so the vocals start to get louder in this section.
Where monsters of the soul are bred. In this realm, there's no second chance. Heartbeats sink to a twisted song. Darkness feast, and we're the prey.
Now, if you heard, some of these sections will be pitched down even more. So I'll use the Audio Complex Pro warping. So when we warp it even more, while the little alterboy is in effect, it creates really nice, dark, deep pitched vocals.
There's no second chance. Heartbeats sink to a twisted.
And then, of course, I do these on prominent sections, like the end of the phrases.
There's no second chance. Heartbeats sink to a twisted song. Darkness feast, and we're the prey.
Yes! This is how we do it. This is how we get vocals loud. I hope you guys enjoy this. Leave any comments down below if you need help with this. My Patreon will have all these racks included. Make sure you get those. That'll be nice and easy. Otherwise, bless you guys. Have a great Halloween. Stay fresh. Keep it real. Old Ape.